Florida State University's 7 days of opening nights continues in the great tradition of presenting iconic performances in the 2013-2014 season.
And secretly, he'd be wise to start practicing the piano. For us, the story is more important than the person. If a man and his story are in conflict, it is the man who must change.
We begin with a triumphant return. Florida State University alumnus Adam Johnson reads his 2013 Pulitzer Prize-winning book, The Orphan Master's Son.
It is the man who matters. Perhaps they will believe your story and perhaps not, but you, John Doe, they will believe you.
Don't miss Adam Johnson, Tuesday, September 24th at Florida State's Richard G. Fallon Theater. Also returning to their alma mater this season, novelist Matt Bondurant and poet Jane Springer. Bondurant's award-winning novel, The Wettest County in the World, was made into the feature film Lawless. Jane Springer's honors include the Robert Penn Warren Prize for Poetry, a Pushcart Prize, and a National Endowment for the Arts Fellowship. The undeniable reigning virtuoso of the violin, Itzhak Perlman, returns to Florida State University for the first time in over 30 years. Perlman performs the Beethoven Violin Concerto in Ruby Diamond Concert Hall January 29th with the Florida State University Symphony Orchestra conducted by Alexander Jimenez.
Beethoven Concerto, a great piece, probably considered the greatest concerto written for the violin.
The classical series of 7 days also includes multi-Grammy award-winning new music ensemble 8th Blackbird on February 9th. One of Britain's most innovative and creative young violinists, Nicola Benedetti, on February 13th. And the world's reigning male vocal ensemble, Chanticleer, on April 28th.
And it was a great computer. It was in no way a phone. Because the carrier was AT&T, and AT&T is a carrier in much the same way as a mosquito carries malaria.
Lewis Black, one of today's most popular performers, executes a brilliant trifecta as a stand-up comedian, actor, and author. We're excited to bring the politically charged but not politically correct humor of Lewis Black to Tallahassee for the first time on February 16th.
Nothing irritates me more than when I'm watching a celebrity on TV who's about my age and they go, you know, I just turned 64 and I've never felt better in my life. Really? This is the best you've ever felt? What was your childhood like?
Also part of the 7 Days Theater Series, LA Theater Works production of the American classic, The Graduate, on stage at Fred Turner Auditorium at Tallahassee Community College.
Always look on the right side of life.
The FSU School of Theater's production of the Tony Award-winning campy cult classic musical, Monty Python's Spamalot, hits the stage at the Fallon Theater this season.
Charlie's gotta go watch. Don't seem like a whole lot.
In the 7 Days Roots collection, Kathy Mattea presents the songs that celebrate the Appalachian culture of her native West Virginia, alongside her top 20 hits. 2 shows, February 9th and 10th, at Pebble Hill Plantation and Ruby Diamond Concert Hall.
I don't know the look in another's eyes when there's something on their mind.
Country music superstar Clint Black helps open our new season on September 25th in Ruby Diamond Concert Hall.
And if it's winter there, I pray you'll find them in the sea.
The New York Times calls singer-songwriter Becca Stevens an impressively absorbing best-kept secret. On April 22nd, the Becca Stevens Band will be the first 7 Days act to perform at Tallahassee's Goodwood Museum and Gardens Carriage House, one of the most intimate performances of this season. And finally, the Irish Rovers have charmed and entertained audiences around the world for nearly 5 decades. The Rovers bring their farewell tour of the U.S. to Ruby Diamond Concert Hall February 7th. This season, 7 Days will present two 2013 Doris Duke Performing Artist Award winners, Terry O'Connor and Jalwe Willa Jo Zolar. Terry O'Connor has been choreographing since 1982 and has created over 35 works for his company, which has performed throughout Europe, Canada, South America, and in the U.S. In October, his company will present Poem and Sister, two works that have been developed through the Maggie Allesey National Center for Choreography at Florida State University. Since Urban Bushwoman burst onto the dance scene in 1984, the company has made an indelible mark on the field. Urban Bushwoman founder, artistic director, and Florida State professor Jalwe Willa Jo Zolar partners with pianist George Caldwell in Walkin' with Train. The piece plunges into the depths of John Coltrane's legacy in this new work, inspired by the man and the journey of his work, A Love Supreme.
All the dreams I have picked out a perfect come true.
Bassist, vocalist, composer Esperanza Spalding came to national attention in 2011, winning the Grammy for Best New Artist. February 8th, she comes to Ruby Diamond Concert Hall, part of the Spring Quartet. Pianist Leo Genovese and jazz icons drummer Jack DeJohnette and Joe Lovano on saxophone. 2013 marked the 25th anniversary of the Grammy Award-winning vocal group New York Voices. Known for their close-knit voicing and inspired arrangements and unparalleled vocal blend, the group has refined their musical story to a high art. Joining the New York Voices on February 16th at Opperman Music Hall, the Florida State Vocal Jazz Ensemble directed by Kevin Fenton.
Oh, you can run a red light, give up that red light.
Blues guitar icon Johnny Lang and his band make their Ruby Diamond Concert Hall debut February 14th, with a performance that incorporates shades of R&B, soul, gospel, hard rock, funk, and more.
Your love is rain, my heart the flower.
6-time Grammy-nominated vocalist Nina Freelon and Grammy Award-winning guitarist Earl Klugh come together for a night of outstanding music in Opperman Music Hall March 3rd. Poncho Sanchez and his Latin jazz band round out our jazz and blues offerings. Poncho and the band will present a hot new project, Cubano B, Cubano Bop, a tribute to the legacy of the original conga king Chano Pozzo and his co-collaborator, trumpeter Dizzy Gillespie. Throughout our 16-year history, many events have worked their way into the culture of our community. These annual events provide a platform for creativity and innovation on and off campus. This season is no exception. Surprises abound when Jeffrey Gilmore brings a movie to 7 Days. In the past, we've seen romantic comedies, grim dramas, Oscar-nominated performances, Q&As with directors and producers, and all on a sneak preview basis months before the rest of the country. 7 days of opening nights along with the Florida State Department of Art Education will again sponsor a mural created by the community for the community. The location for the mural is a surprise, so visit our website in the coming months for more information. Throughout the February festival, visitors will be able to experience 2 new exhibits at the Florida State University Museum of Fine Arts. For museum hours and exhibit information, visit 7daysfestival.org. The Saturday Matinee of the Arts at the Tallahassee Museum presents a rich lineup of visual and performing arts, including live music on the outdoor stage and in the museum's historic buildings. This free event draws thousands to the museum each year. Prism returns for yet another magnificently conceived and played performance featuring music students from Florida State's top-ranked College of Music. Prism covers the spectrum of band activities at Florida State, including chamber winds, symphonic band, jazz ensembles, and the Marching Chiefs, to name a few.
No matter what the scene is about, it feels good. It feels just as good as a collective group of people screaming and cheering every time you say anything.
Artists who perform as part of the 7 Days of Opening Night series not only entertain, they educate. This season, artists such as Terry O'Connor Dance, violinist Nicola Benedetti, Jalway Willa Jo Zolar and Urban Bushwoman, and jazz vocal ensemble New York Voices will participate in our extended residency program.
We press in, right, left. This arm comes over, cross.
This program lengthens the duration of the artist's stay beyond 1 day and delivers educational immersion at Florida State and throughout Tallahassee. Other educational initiatives this year include Entrepreneurship in the Arts by 8th Blackbird, My Cold Journey by Kathy Matea, Inside the Actors Studio Roundtable by LA Theater Works, and multiple performances for K-12 students throughout Leon County. As Executive Director of 7 Days of Opening Nights, I am honored to carry on the outstanding tradition of presenting performing arts on and off campus. Enjoy the 2013-2014 Iconic Series.